The B-movie style horror slasher hit that we never knew we wanted, where the goal is quite simple. Can you keep everyone alive and survive the night? Until Dawn defined sleeper hit, as it really came out of nowhere and delivered on the jumps, scares and all those creepy moments that we could ask for. So here we're going to dive right in and count down those top 10 moments from Until Dawn. And just a heads up, there are some major spoilers ahead. We begin this countdown where our story begins, a prank going horribly wrong and a terrible fate falling upon the twin sisters. The moment Hannah runs off and Beth goes out to find her, as players we instantly knew that this would be a bad idea, only for the pair to become spooked, and ending with such a nasty outcome was a fantastic introduction. Many of us, and myself included, never expected the story to begin in such a horrific way. It provided such impact and surprise and showed us right off the bat exactly what we were in for, and that nothing would be held back. At number 10. Our next entry takes us to the Washington Lodge, where Sam and Josh are trying to turn on the hot water in the basement. With the creepy, dark atmosphere provided, Sam really starts to worry, and by the time they've turned on the boiler, Josh also starts to panic, and by this point, everything has been built up perfectly.
Whoa, Sam!
The jump scare leading to an escape from the basement was put together brilliantly. The music and intensity of the segment had you really on the edge of your seat, with its reveal being Chris playing a prank all along, was a classic horror moment. At number 9.
You just got mugged.
Were you in on this, Putz?
No, but I wish I was. That was too good.
Our next entry is horror at its finest and has Ashley and Chris searching for Sam.
What the heck?
This segment provided so many jumps, scares and terrifying moments throughout, but what really made it all so believable was the chemistry between Ashley and Chris.
You were looking at your phone, you dip. What are you tweeting? Hashtag there's a freaking ghost after us.
Ash, calm down.
The phenomenal acting between the two characters in the horror house really made you feel for them, especially knowing exactly what they had just been through. It put you on the edge of your seat, and those jumpy would have a pillow ready, one eye open, dreading what would come next, as it was all delivered that well. In all, this moment turned things right up to 11, providing a truly scary and terrifying moment. At number 8. Our next entry places us in control of Emily to try and escape the mines, which overall was a thrill ride from start to finish. This segment was so intense at such a fast pace, which finally introduced us to Until Dawn's main antagonist in one awesome QuickTime event. To be chucked into this scenario and hunted by the Wendigo at such a pace had most players' adrenaline levels at an all-time high, overall providing a horror moment and reveal to remember. At number 7. Most of the jumps, scares, creepy moments and mind games throughout the first half of Until Dawn really deliver in creating a true horror experience, though in one final trap with Ashley and Chris, all is revealed.
Josh.
Josh!
Josh being revealed as the psycho, his mental state and his true intentions to induce fear by setting up all these scares as a form of revenge for his fallen sisters that night came out of nowhere.
Oh, come on, you guys. Revenge is the best medicine. You're done.
Mike, he's sick.
From this point on, it wouldn't take long to learn that there was a greater evil at hand, but this twist was clever and unexpected. At number 6. With our previous entry in the countdown, we already know that Josh was the psycho and mastermind behind the diabolical traps and scares that night, but prior to this knowledge, the situation that Chris finds himself in was a truly heartbreaking moment.
Christopher, you will find a lever placed directly in front of you. All you have to do is choose who you will save.
Being placed in this sick experiment with your decision deciding Ashley or Josh's fate was unique and original, especially believing that this was also real at the time provided a gory and intense segment. At number 5.
We gotta get out of here.
I don't understand what happened.
There's a maniac, and there was a saw, and it was either him or Ash, and I don't know what to do.
Our next position is a set piece full of horror, tension and diverse gameplay scenarios in which Mike hopes to find Josh, gain the cable car key and escape the mountain by returning through the sanatorium. With the Wendigo now at large, revealed as the true enemy, Mike and his new friend Wolfie are hunted throughout, played through QuickTime events, stealth sections and all-out action set pieces in what overall provides a bone-chilling yet awesome moment in Until Dawn with an explosive and exciting outcome. The first trip through the SANATORIUM was fun, but learning about past events which led to the Wendigo as well as everything that went on in the return stood out in a big way at number 4.
Got any marshmallows?
After being pranked earlier by Chris, Sam believes she's been had yet again, so searches the lodge to find her clothes, only to be scared half to death and finds herself running for her life.
7.
Being introduced to the Psycho here for the first time made such an impact. I really got the feeling that the developers took inspiration from horror film legends such as Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees to create something new, and they capitalised on that perfectly. Having to make quick and hasty decisions as Sam in this scenario, witnessing the fear in her eyes all alone with the intense music, obstacles in her way, and it seemed like they were coming out of nowhere, with the Psycho forever at her tail, created a fantastic and legendary horror moment. At number 3. Our penultimate entry in this countdown puts our young and naive couple along a trail up the mountain towards the guest cabin.
You should be a model.
You keep that camera handy, and maybe I'll let you start my portfolio at the cabin.
This segment provided everything that you would expect and love from your typical teenage slasher horror film, with Mike and Jess teasing and flirting whilst playing some excellent tricks and pranks on one another throughout, providing some excellent scares, though it would eventually become apparent that they weren't alone. The guest cabin trail in all was gripping from start to finish, jam-packed with horror goodies paced perfectly. Witnessing these two lovebirds in this situation completely unaware and almost deliberately blind to what was going on around them was exciting and really created a unique gameplay dynamic, and it would end with the ultimate unexpected surprise at number 2.
Jessica! Oh my god! Oh my god! Jess!
Our number 1 entry is the final stage of the game, where everything is on the line and our survivors have to escape the Wendigos and the now realised big evil herself, Hannah. Coming face to face with the Wendigos in the lodge at such a close proximity presented a fantastic gameplay presentation. It was scary as heck, bone chilling, and tension would be at an all-time high. You would dare to take your eyes off the screen, as you'd constantly have to pay attention to screen props and worry about your next move, because if you got it wrong, everything that you worked for would be over. To be able to come out on top and keep everyone alive after everything you'd been through up to this point in the game and survive this horrific ordeal in the lodge provided the ultimate send-off, delivering a truly frightening experience, easily making it our best moment from Until Dawn and our number 1 spot. So that brings us to the end of our countdown. Until Dawn absolutely blew myself and many of us away with its nostalgic feel to old school horror, and gave the player a lot of choice and freedom as to how that came about, truly creating a sleeper hit to remember, and I hope these top 10 moments really prove that. But if you're still with me, then thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video then please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel, as it would be greatly appreciated, and if you can, stick with me as I'll be bringing a new video to you soon. Take care now, Gavinchi out.